She been doing comedy since she was 16. You can't tell me your favorite Tiffany Haddish joke. Why? Because she ain't done a tour yet. She ain't done a special. She has not proven the ability to tell jokes.
Tiffany Haddish has been making headlines again, and not for the best reasons. Lately, her wild antics have people talking nonstop, and honestly, Katt Williams might have seen it coming from miles away. The sharp-tongued comedian, famous for calling it like he sees it, once warned everyone about Haddish's flair for chaos and questionable comedy chops. And wow, his words are aging like fine wine.
Have a ratchet friend? Do you have a sister? Do you have a cousin? Do you have a nephew? Do you have a niece? Is they so ghetto? When did that become marketable? Knock it.
So what exactly is happening with Tiffany Haddish now? Last July, an unbelievably awkward moment went down at Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles, and the whole thing exploded online. It all started when Haddish decided to flip the script on a fan interaction in the most bizarre way possible. Normally, fans shout a celebrity's name to get their attention, but Tiffany, she took that idea and ran with it. A video that surfaced showed Haddish shamelessly yelling a fan's name over and over again like a looping alarm that wouldn't quit. The poor woman, who introduced herself as Adrian, looked completely stunned, like she just walked straight into an alternate reality. Tiffany, clearly loving the spotlight, kept shouting, "Adrian," louder and louder as she got closer, her voice echoing across the stands like she was performing a one-woman show.
Adrian! Adrian! Oh my God! Adrian! Adrian!
And just when you thought the cringe had peaked, boom, Adrian leaned in for a hug, but Tiffany suddenly switched gears, snapping, "Don't touch on me like that!" The crowd around them froze. It was as if someone had hit pause on the whole scene. That little outburst turned a strange encounter into an instant viral sensation. Once the video hit social media, people couldn't believe what they were seeing. Fans flooded the comments, calling the whole thing rude, unnecessary, and downright embarrassing. Many said Haddish's behavior wasn't just weird, it was disrespectful, and it showed a side of her that didn't sit right with longtime supporters. But here's where it gets even juicier, because Katt Williams had already warned everyone this might happen. During his fiery interview on V103's Frank and Wanda in the Morning Show, Williams didn't just shade Haddish, he completely roasted her career. He dragged several other comedians too, including Lil Rel Howery, Jared Carmichael, Kevin Hart, and Hannibal Buress. But it was Tiffany who took the biggest hit that day. Fresh off his Emmy win for Atlanta, Williams basically called out Hollywood for hyping Haddish up without her earning her stripes. He questioned her actual comedic talent and claimed she doesn't even write her own jokes. His words cut deep. Haddish been doing comedy since she was 16. You can't tell me your favorite Tiffany Haddish joke. Why? Because she ain't done a tour yet, she ain't done a special. She has not proven the ability to tell jokes back to back for an hour. Brutal, right? It seems that Katt's brutally honest take might have been less of a diss and more of a prophecy. As Haddish keeps drawing headlines for uncomfortable public moments, Williams' words ring louder than ever. Could it be that Tiffany's rise to fame was built more on personality than punchlines? Fans are starting to wonder. And the spotlight's glare is getting hotter by the minute. Katt Williams didn't stop at calling out Tiffany Haddish's comedy. He went even deeper, and things got messy.
Girls Trip. Did you think she wrote Girls Trip goofball?
Right.
Or do you think that was already a script and they handed?
He said Hollywood already took down Monique just to prop up someone like Haddish, and he mocked the idea that she was the mastermind behind Girls Trip. With pure sarcasm, he asked, "Did you think she wrote Girls Trip goofball? Or do you think that was already a script they just handed to her?" Ouch! That jab hit hard, and it sparked whispers across Hollywood about whether Tiffany's success was really her own doing or just clever studio packaging. The tension in the studio was thick enough to cut with a knife. Wanda Smith, the radio host, clearly wasn't about to let Katt completely drag Tiffany without a fight. She jumped in, suggesting that people loved Haddish simply because she was real. But Katt, never one to back down, hit her right back with a sharp question. When did being real become marketable? His tone was pure fire. Then came the real bombshell. Williams flat out claimed that Tiffany's rise in Hollywood might have had less to do with her talent and more to do with who she's been linked to. He hinted that her popularity could have been fueled by her interest in white men. alluding to her not-so-secret crush on Brad Pitt. That comment sent everyone's jaws dropping, and it didn't take long before the clip was everywhere. While the controversy burned hot, Williams still made sure to uplift other black female comedians he felt the industry had unfairly ignored: Luenell, Melanie Camacho, and Miss Laura. He passionately called out Hollywood's double standards, pointing out how beauty standards and stereotypes kept these women from getting their due shine. In his own words, "What you look like is not supposed to be held against you." Katt made it clear that too often, real talent gets sidelined while the spotlight goes to whoever fits the Hollywood mold. Now, about that Brad Pitt moment, this part of Haddish's story had people both laughing and side-eyeing. The Girls Trip star had once shared an interesting encounter with the A-list actor during her appearance on Live with Kelly and Ryan's post-Oscar show. Tiffany told the audience that after bumping into Pitt in an elevator, he supposedly said, "In 1 year, if he's single and I'm single, we gonna do it." Tiffany giggled as she recalled it, and the audience went wild. Kelly Ripa, clearly intrigued, pressed for more details, asking why Pitt wanted to wait a whole year before anything happened. Tiffany, still playing coy, replied, "I don't know. He told me to wait a year." It was one of those moments that showed her fun, flirty side, and the crowd couldn't get enough of it. But to some, it also fueled Katt's claims that Tiffany's career sometimes leaned more on charm and headlines than stand-up skill. After her big Oscar night appearance, Tiffany even played along with Kelly in a cheeky game called Marry, Date, Ditch. When faced with choices like Brad Pitt, George Clooney, and Javier Bardem, she didn't hesitate for a second. "I'd date Brad Pitt, marry George Clooney, and ditch Javier Bardem, because I don't even know who Javier is," she said with a laugh. It was funny, flirty, and classic Tiffany. But to Katt Williams, that kind of showmanship was exactly his point. Beneath the humor and charm, he was suggesting that the industry had turned Tiffany Haddish into a character, a marketable face that fit the moment. Whether you agree with him or not, one thing's clear. Katt wasn't just talking trash, he was exposing the game as he saw it, and Tiffany's name was right in the middle of the storm. Katt Williams wasn't just hinting, he was flat out saying that Tiffany Haddish's fame grew every time she put herself out there in flashy, attention-grabbing ways. According to him, she learned that public shock value sells in Hollywood. And looking back, it's hard to argue. Before Girls Trip made her a household name, Tiffany struggled to even book comedy gigs or small acting roles. She was hustling nonstop, trying to get noticed in an industry that barely gave her a glance. But when she finally broke through, it wasn't just because of her comedy, it was because she'd become a headline magnet. Over the past few years, Haddish has been tangled up in one controversy after another, each one seemingly bigger than the last. And the most shocking part, instead of slowing her down, each drama somehow kept her name trending. One of the most serious situations came when old allegations from years ago resurfaced, accusations that had people completely stunned. A lawsuit was filed by a woman claiming to be the mother of 2 children who had appeared in a disturbing comedy sketch back in 2013 and 2014. According to reports, these kids, listed in the court documents as Jane and John Doe, were just 14 and 7 years old at the time. The lawsuit accused Haddish and fellow comedian Aries Spears of encouraging the children to perform in uncomfortable scenes that crossed major boundaries. The most controversial of these sketches, titled Through a Pedophile's Eyes, showed Spears peeking at a young boy through holes in a newspaper while rubbing baby oil on his back, a moment that understandably caused outrage when it resurfaced online. Haddish was accused of playing a role in creating and filming the sketch, though she has repeatedly denied having any harmful intent. Eventually, the case was dismissed after the now-adult siblings clarified that neither Haddish nor Spears had groomed or harmed them. Still, the children's mother wasn't done. She filed another lawsuit, this time accusing Tiffany of defamation, claiming the actress publicly called her an extortionist trying to get money off her name. The entire ordeal painted a messy picture, and even though Tiffany walked away legally cleared, her reputation took a major hit. Now, this is where things got even more chaotic. Instead of staying quiet or letting the dust settle, Haddish decided to throw shade back at her critics, but her attempt didn't go over well at all. During an unexpected Instagram Live session, Florida rapper Kodak Black hopped into the chat and things took an unexpected turn. Their conversation went from harmless small talk to flirtatious banter real fast. Kodak started hinting at making an OnlyFans video together, saying it could be a fun way to get the bag. Tiffany wasn't having it. She laughed off the idea and clapped back that she was way too grown and accomplished to be out here doing OnlyFans videos, especially after starring in box office movies.
How about we do an OnlyFans video?
No, we're not doing that.
Her tone was playful, but she clearly wanted to make a point. She wasn't about to stoop to that level. Still, the chat didn't end there. When Kodak said he was thinking about starting an OnlyFans of his own, Tiffany flipped it right back on him, teasingly asking if he already had an account. The two kept joking, bouncing between talk about collaborations and getting to the studio. At one point, while Tiffany was getting her makeup done, she casually suggested they should record a song together. Kodak, never missing an opportunity, immediately invited her to the studio. And Tiffany said yes, but not before throwing one last fiery jab toward her haters. Her tone dripped with sarcasm as she hinted that no matter what people say about her, she's still working, still winning, and still the one everyone can't stop talking about. But let's be real, whether you think Tiffany Haddish is misunderstood or just too wild for her own good, her name stays buzzing for a reason. Every scandal, every clapback, every headline keeps her right where she's always wanted to be, at the center of Hollywood's spotlight.
How about we gonna get
I'm for real. Like, you know, you out here saying I'm ghetto, but guess what? Got a court date.
Tiffany Haddish's fiery clapback might have been meant to silence her critics, but instead, it lit up the internet all over again. Her bold remarks ended up backfiring hard, especially since many fans linked her court date reference to that highly controversial child case that had already been dismissed in 2022. What was supposed to be a power move turned into yet another storm of backlash that dragged her past drama right back into the spotlight. Social media didn't hold back. Within hours, people were flooding the comments with fury and disgust. One furious user wrote, "Tiffany Haddish is a predator. How is anyone still supporting her? Someone explain." Another piled on, saying, "Box office movies? Like when was her last one? Girl, bye. You exploited those kids, and I consider her a D-list celebrity." The online outrage painted a clear picture. Fans weren't buying Tiffany's attempt to laugh it off anymore. Her unpredictable behavior was crossing from eccentric to downright unsettling. And just when the controversy seemed to be cooling off, Tiffany found herself back in the headlines. Again. This time, it was all thanks to her wild night out at Usher's Las Vegas concert on October 14th. A viral video captured the comedian making her way over to former Chicago Bulls legend Michael Jordan's section mid-performance. As Usher serenaded the crowd with Nice and Slow, Tiffany appeared right next to the NBA icon, chatting animatedly and even breaking into dance. But that wasn't all. She took it up a notch by grabbing another woman's hand and swaying right beside Jordan and his wife, Yvette Prieto. Cameras caught every second, and before long, social media lit up with reactions. Fans called her behavior creepy, awkward, and embarrassing, especially considering her flirty energy toward the 60-year-old basketball great. Then things got even weirder when another clip from that same night surfaced. In it, Tiffany had her tongue sticking out as she filmed a shirtless Usher performing on stage. The internet couldn't stop roasting her for it. Memes poured in nonstop. People joked she was ready with that lizard tongue, and she probably scared him off. Someone even compared her to a lizard getting ready to snatch its food. It was the kind of viral moment nobody wants attached to their name. But for Tiffany, it was just another headline in a growing list of eyebrow-raising moments. And this wasn't even her first public spectacle that month. Just days earlier, she'd made waves at a Reform Alliance charity event where she was spotted dancing provocatively while rapper Meek Mill tried to walk past her instead of being uncomfortable. Meek actually hyped her up, saying, "Bend that over." The crowd laughed, but viewers online called it yet another cringe moment in Tiffany's ongoing pattern of questionable behavior. Still, Nothing topped the chaos she caused at the MTV VMAs in September. Haddish apparently decided to turn the event into her own personal adventure, chasing down Shakira through the venue like a superfan on a mission. Witnesses said she followed the Hips Don't Lie singer all around, yelling, "Shakira, Shakira," in a dramatic Spanish accent while repeatedly photobombing her pictures. Videos from that night went viral instantly, and fans couldn't stop calling the comedian obsessed, embarrassing, and creepy. It was chaos, pure and simple. By this point, people were seriously wondering, what is going on with Tiffany Haddish? Between awkward encounters, public outbursts, and viral mishaps, her once-loved goofy charm seemed to be slipping into uncomfortable territory.
There she goes.
Shakira!
Sorry.
Realizing the heat wasn't dying down, Tiffany decided to confront the narrative head-on by appearing on Jimmy Kimmel Live to set the record straight. Sitting across from Kimmel, she tried to laugh off the rumors and explain what really happened that night in Vegas. According to her, the viral video showing her dancing near Michael Jordan was totally innocent. "No, I was not dancing for Michael Jordan," she clarified with a grin. "He just happened to be standing next to my dear friend." Tiffany insisted that it was just a fun night out with a close female friend and that the internet twisted it into something it wasn't. But after so many public blunders and tone-deaf moments, not everyone was convinced. While she laughed through her explanation, the audience reaction was mixed. Some amused, others visibly unsure. One thing's for sure, whether it's her dance moves, her bold attitude, or her constant run-ins with controversy, Tiffany Haddish keeps giving people something to talk about, and not everyone's laughing anymore. Tiffany Haddish made sure everyone knew the truth. She wasn't trying to steal the spotlight that night. The Girls Trip star explained on Jimmy Kimmel Live that her only goal was to celebrate her close friend's birthday and have a good time. She laughed it off, saying the moment was just about pure fun, friendship, and letting loose. Not about Michael Jordan or anyone else.
No, I was not dancing for Michael Jordan. He was sitting next to my homegirl, right? And I was dancing for her. It was her birthday, a celebration. And I was telling her, get up, come on, let's dance. And she's like, no, no, no. And I'm like, get your ass.
Her decision to face the rumors head on actually worked in her favor. By showing up, keeping it real, and talking openly about what happened, Tiffany managed to remind fans why they fell in love with her in the first place. Her honesty, humor, and ability to laugh through the madness helped shift the narrative back in her direction. A lot of people online started changing their tune, too. What once looked like another Tiffany moment started to feel like redemption in the making. Supporters flooded her comments with words of love and encouragement. One fan gushed, "She's glowing. She's grown so much. It's like she's outgrown her old self." Another wrote, "I'm really happy for Tiffany. My heart rejoices because she turned something negative into growth. She proves she can level up no matter what life throws her way." It's clear that Tiffany Haddish isn't ready to fade into the background anytime soon. Whether you love her wild energy or side-eye her antics, one thing's certain: she knows how to bounce back with a smile. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Tiffany Haddish's wild ride through fame and redemption, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and drop a comment about what you think of her latest comeback. See you on the next one.